I want to start with something that might seem obvious, but often isn't. Most people have never consciously named their values, and yet those values are running their lives right now. Values operate, whether or not we acknowledge them. They guide every significant choice that we make. They inform that quiet sense of rightness or dissonance that accompanies our actions. When we live in alignment with them, life feels coherent. When we don't, something in us knows. The question I want to explore today is this: do you know what your values actually are? Not what you think they should be, but what they genuinely are. I learned about my own values fairly early and painfully. I was a teenager. A close friend came to me upset about something in his family, but before he told me, he said, "Don't tell anyone." I promised him I wouldn't. A day or two later, my girlfriend asked what was going on with him. Well, I trusted her. That was my reasoning. So I told her. Within days, the story was circulating. She told a friend. She'd sworn her to secrecy, but the friend couldn't keep it. My friend was devastated. I still remember the heat rising in my face when I realised what I'd done. A hollow feeling in my stomach. I wish that I could rewind the previous 2 days. No one lectured me. No one imposed consequences. But the discomfort was entirely internal, quiet but unmistakable. I had acted against something I hadn't yet learned to name. That something, I understand now, was integrity, the principle that when you give your word, you keep it. My values were already running my behaviour. I just didn't have language for them yet. Here's what I've come to understand. You can't think your way into your core values. You have to feel your way there. One of the most reliable ways to find them is through memory. Think of a time when you felt genuinely energized, when you were at your best and you knew it. What qualities were alive in you then? Now, think of a time when something felt deeply wrong. Not just inconvenient, but genuinely wrong. What was violated? What was missing? In each of those memories, your values were speaking. The anger that arises when something feels unfair. The warmth that comes with genuine connection. The discomfort of acting against your own word. Those aren't random reactions. They're pointing towards something real. When I did this work seriously for the first time, feelings came first. Then, slowly, words began to form around them. Strength, courage, integrity, joy, love, authenticity, freedom. They didn't arrive as a neat list. They emerged gradually as if I were naming something that had been there all along. I brought them into a single statement. I'm a man of strength, courage and integrity. I'm joyful, loving, authentic and free. Those words are mine. Yours will be entirely different. The form matters less than the honesty. But I'd encourage you, when you've found your values, to stand in front of a mirror and say those words out loud. Notice what happens in your body. Notice whether you believe them. Naming your values does something practical. It gives you a compass. It doesn't depend on external approval or the absence of uncertainty. When you know what you value genuinely, not just in theory, decisions become steadier. You know more quickly what to say yes to and what to decline. As I put it in my work, when you know your values and you live by them deliberately, you're no longer drifting, you're steering. I'd invite you to try something this week. Think of one moment when you felt at your best, genuinely energized, quietly proud, and ask yourself what qualities were alive in you at that moment. Just one memory, one question, see what surfaces. I explore this in depth in Living from the Heart, including how to develop your own heart statement. More at bernardcates.com. The link's in the description. We'll see you next time.